hosting God. Then the Lord appeared to him by the terebinth trees of Mamre, as he was sitting in the tent door in the heat of the day. Genesis 18:1. On the outside, Abraham's tent was a small tent, but his heart inside was a big enough resting place to host the God of the universe. Abraham's heart hosted God, whom the entire universe itself is not sufficient to host. Abraham's heart was so big that it could accommodate or host the God of this universe. How did Abraham's heart become so big that it could host the God of this universe? The answer is that waiting 23 to 24 years for God's promise to be fulfilled enlarged or extended his heart. While Abraham waited for his promise to be fulfilled, God was working simultaneously or parallelly to expand his heart so that it could become a big enough resting place for him. Even Abraham was unaware that his heart was big enough to host God until God visited his home. The Lord looks at the heart because he wants to make it his dwelling place. God concentrates primarily on the heart, and he sees what is in your heart. God took 23 years to prepare the big resting place for him in the heart of Abraham. When Abraham waited for 23 years, even though nothing was happening on the outside, God was busy preparing and expanding Abraham's heart to become a resting place for him. All the hurts, taunts, waiting, and insults in Abraham's life also helped to shape and expand his heart to become a resting place for God Most High. During the waiting period, God prepared Abraham's heart to become a resting place for him. Without his knowledge, Abraham became a resting place for God, where God could come and rest. Our years of waiting for the fulfillment of promises is the time or period where God expands and prepares our hearts to become a resting place for him. During the waiting period, you may not perceive or notice it like Abraham, but God prepares and expands your heart to become a resting place for him. Suddenly, God can come and visit you in your waiting period because your heart has become a large enough resting place for God. God does so much work in your waiting period that when we come out of it, there is so much change in character, nature, and life. As you wait, allow God to expand your heart to become a resting place for him, just as he did for Abraham. God is building and preparing his resting place in you during your waiting period.